Welcome to Step by Step Farming. Stick around. I'm going to show you why every family needs to have at least one of these in case of an emergency. Stay tuned. Now, if this was a real life situation and you heard those city sirens going off, if you heard those town sirens going off, if you hear those rural country sirens going off, you would never know what to expect. Could be a storm that's coming. It could be something very disastrous about to take place. If you heard those sounds, what would you do? And I'm so glad that we're able to be with you here at Step by Step Farming. And one of those things, there are many things that you need to get prepared for, but one of those things that we definitely want to get prepared for is drinking water. You have to have drinking water. As a father, I'm responsible for making sure that my family has what they need when it comes to drinking water. So let me explain to you what this is. This is an IBC tote. And I'm going to explain to you how great they are. My family and I, we have actually lived off of these for about 2 years. That's how we operated our house off grid. So let me explain just a little bit to you about them. I know you can find other videos for more specifics, but I'm going to give you just a basic rundown for those of you who are just getting started into becoming self-sufficient, self-reliant. It's very important that when you get started, that this is one of the first things that I believe that you should get. So these tanks will actually come in 275 gallons, and you can also get them in 330 gallons. Really, it just depends on what's available at the time. Okay, so I have two tanks. I have one here, and I also have one sitting directly in the back of the other one. Now let me explain this to you. These are aluminum railings. These are awesome because it protects your water tank in itself. Okay, so the water tank is separate from this cage that is actually sitting in. And this tank right here is pretty thick, really thick plastic. It'll last you for years. So you want something very sturdy. You want something that's going to be able to hold that amount of water that you're going to be holding. So if it is sitting outside and it freezes, you want to make sure that this plastic is thick enough that it does not pop the plastic and all of your water comes flowing out. All right, so let's talk about the valves. You will have a valve on the bottom of it. There are several different types of valves. I'm only going to talk about one. Most of them have a ball valve. So you can open it up and you'll see this little ball move. And once the ball is open, the water will begin to flow out. So this is where your water is going to come from. You can also buy an adapter to put on it. You can control the amount of water. Listen, there's a lot of water that comes out if you open this up just like it is. So what you'll do is you'll make, and maybe I'll do one on this later, but you'll purchase an adapter. You can go to any parts store and you can build yourself a little spigot that can come out, and you can control it, you can twist it, and you can control how much water does come out in case you need to fill up, for instance, a pitcher or something, and you're going to take it into your house. But these are very good containers to store your water. Also, if you notice, this has a cage. It's the aluminum cage that's connected to a aluminum frame. So you're going to find that some of them are going to have metal frames, some are going to have plastic frames, some are even going to have wooden frames. But I would prefer to have the metal frame because it does last longer. Over the years, you will see rust on it. It will begin to rust, but maybe by that time you'll have something even bigger and something even better. Maybe you would have even bought some more. So this is a very good piece of equipment to have. Now on the top, which you can't see, there's about either a 6-inch or an 8-inch in diameter cap on the top, and you'll unscrew that off, and that's where you'll put your water in. Now, you can sit this directly on the ground, but I choose not to do that because of rust and everything else. So I normally you can take blocks of wood. You can also take cinder blocks and put it up under the tank for the tank to rest on, because after a while, all the weight of the water, it will settle down into the ground a little bit if you leave it on the ground. So put them on something, and then that way it'll hold it up really good. But listen, if you heard those sirens go off, and maybe it was a time of war. I mean, we have no idea what could be taking place. If you're watching the news, you have no idea what could be taking place in the future. So it's imperative that you find a good source or a good way to store your water. And I say this right here is one of the most effective ways. Listen, I buy them used. I buy them from places where either they don't need them, or I will pay about $40, $50 for them as well. So you can go look around, you can find out where some of these are. Now, let me explain this to you. You do not want to use anything but a food grade tote. It may have sunflower oil in it. It could have olive oil in it. It could have any kind of edible material or liquid inside of it. That's fine. You want a food grade tote. Don't buy a chemical grade tote, if you're going to be drinking water from it or even watering your garden, because those chemicals will go right into your garden and into your food. So always try to find food grade totes. Those are the best ones, and they are harder to come by. But again, it's imperative that you use plastic that has been filled with things that are edible inside of it. You don't want those contaminating chemicals, those harsh chemicals that are in those. Some of them have paint. Some of them have paint thinner in them. You don't want any of that to mix up and to leach into your drinking water. So again, these are perfect. If you're just getting started, these are a perfect way to get started holding water. So if you think about it, if you have 275 gallons of water, I mean, you're looking at over 500 gallons of water if you have 2 of these, and your family could survive off of that. You could drink it, you could take your baths in it, you can cook your food in it. So let's just be wise in everything that we do. If you're just starting out, get one of these, get you some water stored up. And you also want to store water up in your home. When the water in your home is used up, this will hopefully be a savior to you. All right, you all take care. Thank you for joining Step by Step Farming. If you would, please subscribe to us, hit the notifications, and also, if you all have any more information on totes, hey, put it in the comment section. We would love to hear from you. You all take care. Bye-bye.